What's up, future millionaires? It's your boy MTI. Now, in today's video, we're going to be listening to Forex's response regarding the future of drip. Now, this past Saturday, he did an AMA focusing on the animal farm, but towards the end, he was answering different questions, and then he took a good 5 minutes to really talk about drip. Now, he didn't give a ton because he did mention he is going to do a drip AMA in the Telegram sometime this week, but the AMA was pretty long. It was about 2.5 hours. But he did take that quick 5 minutes to talk on drip, which I'm going to play for all of us who may have missed it. And then after that, I want to kind of dissect what he said to hopefully get everybody on the same page. So let's jump into it. Now, shout out to 𝗟𝗘𝗗𝗏 because he always shares the live stream. So shout out to 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏 Lee, great dude. So what we're going to do is go ahead and hit the play here, and hopefully you guys can hear it okay.
Obviously, right, a lot of people, freaking out and, the whole thing about drip. People saying, why are you not paying more attention to drip right now, have to realize that Animal Farm is 2 weeks old. We just launched Animal Farm. So, of course, that's where our focus is going to be. It's 2 weeks old. Like, we're in the launch phase of it. It's where all the updates need to be. It's where everything is happening right now. And I've been saying since way before we launched Animal Farm that I expected that we would launch Animal Farm. The attention would be on Animal Farm because it's the new thing. There would be a greater profit potential in it. And people would want to be getting into the drip BUSD pool who had drip. So they'd be selling some of their drip to make that pairing and get in. And others may sell drip to buy dogs or pigs or whatever. But this capital is not leaving the ecosystem. It's just migrating from drip into Animal Farm. And if you have properly evolved with the ecosystem, you're benefiting from that greater than anybody. And we're providing more utility to drip, which at first will not result in price appreciation, just for the simple fact that capital is migrating from drip to Animal Farm, but in the long run is better for drip than doing nothing for drip or having someone else, do this innovation and not including drip at all. It's better that we do this kind of, great innovation and create this amazing utility and include drip in it. And over time, it's creating more value for drip than it's a net positive for drip. And we have a couple of different products that we want to build for drip moving forward. And when we build these products for drip, that's where the attention will be. The attention will be fully on drip, fully promoting these new products, because it will be, hey, we just launched this product 2 weeks ago. So that's what we're talking about. So, these are long-term projects. These are drip is it's like a year and a half, almost 2 years old now, something like that. It's at least a year and a half old. So, people need to be rational. Because we take our attention off of drip for a couple months out of almost 2 years to do something which is going to be net positive for drip in the long term, you have to try to see the long-term vision with it. And you have to evolve with the space, right? If there is a profit opportunity to be had, but the capital remains in the ecosystem, try to get that edge. Try to evolve with it. But if not,
now listen what he says here.
If you just say, hey, I don't want to get involved with anything going on with Animal Farm, I just want to stay in drip. Well, now is your opportunity to take advantage of attention being off of drip to increase your position So when the attention goes back onto drip, you will have gotten a bunch of cheap drip. But, there's, the people, I don't want to, there's an AMA coming up for drip next week, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. But people begged me when I initially developed drip, please keep drip exactly the way it is, because so many other projects came and had something similar to drip, and then they did something like change the ROI percentage or make some new referral thing that ended up just destroying the project, right? So I made that commitment from day one that the core mechanics of drip would never change. And I'm going to maintain this integrity, right? And anything we build for drip will be second layer implementations that add value to it. And sometimes these second layer implementations will take away attention from drip when they launch, because it will be the new thing. But in the long run, we're just building and adding more utility for drip, and this will compound, and this will have a net positive effect. But in the short term, it may cause volatility for drip. This is one of the reasons why
So the rest of that, he then starts to go into why he wants to make sure that drip and the animal farm stay separate projects, right? He talks about the gatekeeping and things of that nature. But if you want to check it out, it is on Driptopian's channel. Shout out to him. But I just wanted you guys to hear, coming from Forex's mouth himself, one thing I do want to say, though, to me, it definitely sounds like there's some frustration there, because Forex is, kind of tired of hearing about drip because of the prices dropping. Now, some people may look at that as a bad thing, but in some ways you can kind of look at it as a positive. Why do I say that? Well, the reason why I say that is Forex doesn't seem bothered by the price dropping. That's a good thing for a developer and the person who's created this whole thing, right? And his team. So for someone that's not scrambling, doing unnecessary things, or making unnecessary changes to try to keep up with the sale pressure, that is a positive sign. So I do like the fact that he is sticking to the integrity, as he mentioned towards the end of that little clip, that he's not going to change anything on the main layer. This is why he's going to make a second layer to make any other implementations, far as utility for drip, right? The question is, in so many words, he's basically saying, be patient. If you're not evolving with the animal farm in the space, be patient. And he was also very, very careful on how he kind of mentioned this, right? He was very careful not to kind of talk about price, even though he used the word cheap. So what he said was, while the attention is off of drip, this is the time. If you're not utilizing the animal farm and you just want to stay focused on drip, that's fine. But while the attention isn't on drip, this is the time to grow your position. So when the attention goes back on drip, you are in position, right? If you kind of read through the code. So that way, he said, you basically got a bunch of cheaper drip. So when the focus is back on drip, you're in a better position, right? And that's coming from what Forex said. I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier for the community to understand, right? So let me know what you think about that. Did I do a good job of kind of breaking that down and kind of catching the sentiment of Forex? But I definitely think there is a little bit of frustration there on drip, because a lot of people think he's forgot about it, and he's saying, hey, I haven't forgot about drip. There's just other things that has to be put out first before I can put my full focus back on drip. So that's kind of what I got from that. I am looking forward to hearing whatever new information he may drop in the new drip AMA he's supposed to do sometime this week. I believe he's going to do it in the Telegram. So I'm excited to see what comes from that and see if he's going to release anything new, far as what we don't know yet, far as dates or anything of that nature. But before we get out of here, I do want to show you, as you guys know, regardless what the price is doing, my strategy is staying the same. As I said before, I got into drip to take the full risk. I know the risk as in I can lose my investment, but also that's not the only thing that can happen. And so for me, I'm still compounding until I get to that max wallet, and then we will go ahead and start pulling out and doing different things of that nature. Also, I have a second wallet that will be up and coming as well, that I will help and try to speed the process up on that as well, and just kind of repeat that cycle. And so one thing you want to be mindful of, when people say, hey, this project is, going here, this project is going here. Well, as I said before, don't listen to me, don't listen to the comments. Use your own logical thinking, not emotional thinking. Think about it. If someone says, hey, this project is going here, check out this project, what's their motive? If someone only says, hey, this project is going to zero, this project is going to zero, well, think about it this way. If I'm not interested in a certain investment, I'm not going to take the time to look at it, right? And so this is why, don't get in arguments with people, in the comment section. Now, the community definitely keep supporting and doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, because I'm not going to, go back and forth with anyone. We have the right to kind of, talk about whatever we choose, but at the same time, it doesn't matter what we really talk about. There's always going to be, people who may not like a certain investment, right? It's just how it is in life. It's nothing against anybody in personal, but it's just not every investment is for everyone. And so with all that being said, I wish everybody success, however you make it, rather that's passive income, rather that's buy and hold, whatever it may be. I wish everybody success. But this is how I'm planning to make even more success with passive income with DeFi. So shout out to everybody. Appreciate the support as always. And I will catch you guys on the next one.